Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Listen, glad to have you guys here today. Today is Thursday, July 25th, 2019. I got a good cryptocurrency show for you guys from my new studio. What do you think of my chairs in the background? Pretty nice. Boy, they were expensive, you know. Okay, let's get started. Let's open up the charts right here and let's take a look at what's going on. First, I'm going to show you guys the gold price. And why I'm showing you guys the gold price is the gold price suppression still continues. As you can see today, they smacked the price down. It was getting up a little bit too high for them. It's heading up toward the breakout point around 1450. They're trying to keep it from getting to that breakout point because then it's going to be much harder for them if it gets too high in price. Sentiment's going to be starting to come back into the marketplace of gold and silver. But they're still smashing it down. But, cryptocurrencies, right now, let me go to cryptocurrency market capitalizations. Cryptocurrencies, right now, at this moment in time, are a little bit on the bearish side. But we've just come off of a leg up that took us all the way up to 13,800, and now we've kind of settled back down a little bit into a groove of around $10,000, more or less. Well, Bitcoin right now is 98.86. Now, I'll tell you what I'm expecting. I'm expecting it until the end of this month to stay in this range and possibly drop down a little bit, down around maybe 9,000, 8,900, maybe even. It could drop down into that area before the Federal Reserve. It's a lock-in now at this point. 25 basis point rate cut is pretty much a lock-in. When we get that rate cut, I expect Bitcoin to start to move upwards again a little bit. Some little bit of energy to start to come back into this, and then we're going to start moving, I think, toward that 16,000 mark, which is going to be our next leg. I believe it's going to be our next leg up. This is what I think. We're going to have to wait and see exactly what happens, but this is basically what I think. Now, I want to warn you guys. If you see people trying to sell this Libra cryptocurrency out there, right? They're a bunch of scammers. Libra doesn't exist yet. Don't go for it. Don't fall for it. They'll probably try to get you. It says buy Libra before it becomes real, the scammers say. And they're out there scamming already on this, trying to get you to send them Bitcoin or whatever so that they can get this you can buy Libra currency. You can just bet you'll send them the Bitcoin, you won't get nothing. You won't get nothing. They're going to scam you. That's what they're doing. These are scammers. It says now that Libra has generated the buzz that we've seen we've been expecting it to, the scammers have started to come out of the woodworks to do their thing again. Scammers have come out online to create pages and ads. In the most extreme cases, videos. Actually selling Libra. So you go on, it looks all official, nice looking site, nice looking web page. They'll even have videos, and it'll look like you're buying Libra and everything else. It says these are fraudulent offers. Then they direct the unsuspecting victims to fake websites where they'll fill in their details, and boom, your information's going to get stolen. But not only that, when you send them the Bitcoin, you're not going to get any Libra. So watch out for this, guys. This is going on right now. Now, the next thing I want to take a look at is Crypto Corner. 2% of U.S. adults polled trust Libra. Well, this has given us an idea. Most of them are more into Bitcoin. They trust Bitcoin a lot more than they do Libra. Interest in Bitcoin is rising. Investor interest in Bitcoin is rising. They don't really trust Libra. This gives me a little bit of an insight into the future when the government tries to release their own Libra type. They're probably going to block Libra. I think they're going to block Libra from happening right up until they decide to release their own, the government's version of Libra, which is probably going to be maybe they'll call it dollar, or they might call it Fedcoin or whatever, But this shows the same thing's going to happen. It says only 2% of the United States adults polled trust Libra. It's going to be the same way with the new dollar coin or whatever. Only about 2 or 3% are going to trust it. Most of them are going to be moving into Bitcoin. And why are they going to be moving into Bitcoin? Well, let me just show you this. Bitcoin is expanding. It's ever expanding. ATMs. Now, this is where you can go and you can buy Bitcoin at your local convenience store or gas station or whatever. People are going to start to be converting some of their money every week. People will definitely use these ATMs, and that's why they're putting these ATMs in. This army of ATM machines is kind of going along hand in hand with the army of HODLers that are growing. It's a growing army. This has a profound implications for Bitcoin itself. It's why we're not seeing so much volatility to the downside. You notice how we went all the way up to 13,800, and yes, we did fall back down to 10,000, but we didn't fall back down to 3,000 or 5,000 or 6,000. It's this army of HODLers is the reason why when Bitcoin starts to fall real hard, this army of HODLers go out there and decide to buy more. And they don't sell. They're really, you want to talk about strong hands that will not let go. That is HODLers. They know the future. They know the future is going to be Bitcoin, and they're hanging on tight. And the more as this army grows bigger and bigger, and they start to put in more of these ATM machines, look out. And believe me, these ATM machines are growing. If we look at this chart right here, we can see the growth in ATMs. This chart goes all the way back to 2014 when there was almost none. There was just like one here and one there. There might have been like 2 ATMs in all of America then. And you can just see the steady exponential growth in these Bitcoin ATMs. It really started to take off in the year 2018. And now it's going ballistic. I mean, they're putting them in everywhere. Quite literally, there's going to be one in every little grocery store, every little convenience store. There'll be a Bitcoin ATM. Now, those ATMs are not just going to sit there with people out not using them. You're going to see if the Bitcoin price drops off, there'll be more use of the ATMs. And these people that are buying from the ATMs, they're HODLing them. They're not going to go in there and buy the Bitcoin and sell them a week later. These are not traders. These people that are buying from the ATMs are people that are you and me and their neighbors and everything. They're putting a little bit away for themselves all the time. And this is nibbling at the supply. Well, when it first started, look here, it was nibbling at the supply. Now it's doing more than nibbling. As these ATMs keep expanding, it's starting to chomp at the supply of Bitcoins. And it's only going to grow greater. You have to realize there's less than 21 million Bitcoins ever in existence. And this has got to be spread over all these countries on Earth. As you see it starting to move into Africa and people starting to use it there, people starting to use it in all these other different countries, there's going to be more and more strain and constraint on the supply side. This is what we're seeing coming. And these ATMs are only adding fuel to this, We're going to see exponential growth in cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin's leading the way, but there's a whole slew of cryptocurrencies just under Bitcoin. A lot of them function actually better than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin doesn't need to function really well. Because Bitcoin's the king, it doesn't... It's like a king. If you have a king sitting in a chair, he's got his big throne and his scepter and everything else. He doesn't need to run the 100-yard dash in 10 seconds. He might be big and fat. He's the king. He doesn't need to be able to run fast. These other cryptocurrencies, they have to run fast for their lives. But the king, he can just sit there and be like King Henry VIII and sit there and eat his chicken and throw the chicken bones behind him when he's done, and not move. because he is where the money is being stored, right there, If he goes up in price, Bitcoin goes up in price, they all follow. They all follow the king. Bitcoin's the king. Listen, thank you guys for listening to this report. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next show. Bye-bye, guys.